For today's episode or talk about the Shamanic Life, I just wanted to share some thoughts on clarity that have been kind of coming to me this week. I started off the week feeling just very clear, and I would say clarity doesn't necessarily mean that you have all the answers already or that you have it all figured out. But clarity, to me, means that your energy is clear. You've maybe let go of hang-ups or blockages or anything that might be blocking you from getting to where you want to go. That clarity comes from, I think, our practices that we're doing, or at least that's a great way to cultivate it. Let me give an example. So with clarity, I think you don't just wake up one day clear. I think that it's a process. And the idea is to first allow yourself to be grounded. And there are a lot of different ways that we can have a grounding practice. We've talked about a lot of them on the different shows and different meditations here. But the idea of grounding, the idea of balancing, the idea of centering, coming into harmony, coming into peace, coming into the heart space, all those add up as the foundation for clarity. If you're in a place where you're grounded, where you're balanced, where you're centered, where you're in harmony with your environment, and where you're operating and making decisions from your heart space, that's clarity. So it's not just maybe one step to get there, it's a lot of different steps that come together, and I picture it like a flower blooming in the spring, pretty much. This blossom, you do the things, you do the work, you do the grounding, the balancing, the centering, you do all these things, and then all of a sudden this bloom comes up almost out of nowhere, and it just blossoms and unfolds right before your eyes. That's clarity. And so in getting to clarity, I feel like it is important for us to stay in that don't know mind, especially right now, because no one really knows exactly what's going to happen next in the world. And I think if we try too hard to take the approach of thinking about it and figuring it out, I think we were, as a Western culture, we're raised to think on our toes and always have an answer, and you should be able to figure this out, right? But sometimes the best way to figure it out is not to try so hard and not to push yourself to figure out something that's going to unfold the way it's going to unfold. You don't really have control over it. You have control over your own actions and you control over yourself, but we can only control so much. And so I guess what I'm saying here is that in order to find clarity and to get out of that fog in your head or that overwhelm that you might be feeling, which I feel too sometimes, but we know what to do and we have the tools to get out of that and to find clarity amidst all of that, to find calm amidst the storm by coming into this quiet space, coming into this don't know mind, and allowing ourselves to be okay with not knowing exactly what's going to happen. And at that point, we're open to the great adventure, the great mystery of life, because anything can happen, and we're ready. And so that's another thing that we can do is get ready right now. Ready for what? I don't exactly know, but you can still get ready. You can still, I think we have a tendency sometimes when we don't have a deadline for something, this can happen. And I'm a recovering procrastinator, so I know this well. If you don't have a deadline for something, sometimes you're kind of loose about it and maybe you have good habits one day, but maybe you go off the wagon the other day, whatever bad habits are, you eat really something bad, or, every now and then I think everything in moderation, but as a rule, I think that it's a good idea to, especially right now, and as we're trying to, keep our immune system strong and support our immune strength, can we get ready by nourishing and nurturing our bodies and taking good care of ourselves right now, self-care, getting lots of rest right now while we have this opportunity, getting good food while we have this opportunity. I mean, don't overthink it, but just as you're making your choices in the back of your mind, plant the seed of, is this choice, going to help me be ready for whatever's coming next? And think of it as, I don't know, what would be a good example for this one? Well, I don't know. Sorry, I went off on a different train there, but I told you I'm a little discombobulated today. But getting ready, being prepared. I think we can do this by watching our choices as we make them step by step, and making good choices about continuing to get some workout in, continuing to get breath work in, continuing to chant or sing. Very, very important to do things like that, and just allow yourself to be ready for anything. Allow yourself to be in a place that is a place of peace, a place that is joyful, and just know your truth right now as well, and what you're really about, and what is going to put forth your highest and greatest self in the world at this time. So I think that's kind of the main stuff. I wanted to share that, and around the topic of clarity as well. The only other thing I wanted to add, which we talked about in the Shamanic Life, I think it was a couple times ago, but we talked about the idea of dreaming big and taking this opportunity right now when we're in don't know mind, and when it can be frustrating because, maybe if we're planners and we're used to planning ahead, several months ahead, I'm usually, I've got travel booked and workshops booked and road trips booked, and especially in the spring and summer, it's my big travel time, and here I am grounded. And so you might be feeling that in your own, apply your own situation to that, and you're feeling grounded. So there's not really anything you can do to change that right now, but you can get yourself ready for when those gates do open. There's the example, right? And just have yourself be ready. And so this is a time when you can't necessarily make specific plans, but you can still dream big. And I think the limits are off on dreaming. You can dream the biggest dream you can come up with, and anything is possible. Realize that. Anything is possible. If you can imagine it, if you can dream it, you can do it. So right now, I think as this clarity starts to unfold, as you tap into this heart space, as you allow and surrender to don't know mind and not having all the answers, dream big. If there were no limits, if there was nothing holding you back, what would you do? Where would you want to be? What would you want your life to look like? And so, as we dream that, maybe work backwards from the big dream and just say, okay, I can't control the exact path of getting there, but I'm open to whatever path unfolds before me to guide me to that big dream. And in the meantime, ask yourself, your intuition, ask spirit, ask your allies, what can I do to be ready to step into that big dream? And then do it. I think we're doing it together here, and I'm so grateful for you guys being here and being a part of this soul journey together. Let's just keep ourselves strong. And I think that if we, we take good care of ourselves, we nurture ourselves, we nourish ourselves, we keep our bodies strong, exercise, and don't take this time, if you need to rest, rest, but don't waste the time distracting yourself or zoning out. If there's something that you can do to take better care of yourself in lieu of being a couch potato. Everybody needs to be a couch potato sometimes, but just not every day of the week, because I know the days run together right now. Just think about being ready. And so I don't want this to seem as if I'm putting pressure on it, because I hope that from the way I'm describing it, you're understanding that I'm not. But just always kind of have that seed in the back of your mind, and just keep working to your highest and greatest self. And then that path, just like the clarity that blooms in front of you, that path to your dream will unfold. It really will. So trust that you're making choices that make you feel good about you right now, that you're focusing on yourself, maybe more so than you're usually able to. Take this time and pamper yourself. Take good care of yourself. Get yourself ready for anything. Get yourself clear and undiscombobulated. And I speak to myself when I speak to you. And let's just see how that works out. That's what's coming through me today. And that seems and feels to me to be good advice, although take it or leave it, to allow that path to unfold before you and allow your big dreams to come through. Because I think we're in a powerful portal of change right now, and the dreams really are, anything is possible. Believe that. Remember, believe, you are infinite. And so I'll close with that. I hope there's something in there that resonates. And if not, let it go. So let's go ahead and close our circle for today. Here it is, 12-12. Make a wish. Press the palms together firmly at the heart center. Take a deep breath into the heart. Exhale, send out some light from the heart. Let something go. Drop back into your heart space. And we'll close with one long Satnam. Inhale to Satnam. Inhale deeply. Sat Nam. Satnam. I am truth. Truth is my essence. Truth is my identity. May you walk in your truth. May you go easier on yourself along the way. May you nurture and care for yourself every step of the way. May you listen to the voice of your heart, your intuition, and allow that to take over and lead you to places where the head could never get you. Trust it. Have faith. Open yourself up to be that clear channel, that conduit, and allow that life force energy to move through you and manifest into your biggest and brightest dreams and your highest and greatest divine soul purpose. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, fold forward at the waist, bring the palms to the forehead and the heart to the earth. Release your breath, release your prayer. And give thanks to Pachamama, Mother Earth, for her continued support and always being there every step of the way for us. Have a wonderful day, a wonderful Friday, a wonderful weekend. I'll be back here at 7 p.m. tonight for day 30 of the 40-day Kirtan Kriya meditation, 7 p.m. Eastern tonight. Can't believe we only have 10 days left of this 40-day meditation. Very exciting. And I'll be back here at 11:11 tomorrow for the 11:11 meditation and the 7 p.m. meditation. So hopefully I'll see you soon. In the meantime, Sat Nam.